Yeah, y'all, we back one more again. Just came to give some inspiration and motivation about an individual who called himself Pimp Snooky. And I'm here to tell the youth and anybody who watched this documentary that he was not the truth. He was the best definition of a con artist. He was the best definition of a snitch. He was the best definition of an individual reaping off the benefits of a mind that ain't even fully developed yet. Exquisite, what is you saying? He was fucking with minors. Listen to what I said, y'all. I watched this documentary and I seen all the praise, all the joy, all the he this, all the he that. And I'm here to tell you, he was none of that. Why? Because he was a snitch. He was a con artist. In other words, he'll tell you what you want to hear in order to get what he wants. What do I always say? That is not a man. That is not somebody who's governed by standards. That is somebody who's not governed by principles. That is somebody who cannot profess to be a pimp. Why? Because pimps got standards. Pimps got principles. Pimps got conduct about themselves that they will not break for nobody. Why? Because he is the best definition of the truth. That's what I'm saying. A lot of individuals got this misconception that pimping is who could tell the best lie. Who could tell a female what she want to hear in order to get what you want out of her? It don't work like that. Why? Because if I'm going to build this woman up, what do I look like lying to this bitch? If I'm going to build this woman up, what do I look like in the first sentence just telling her what she want to hear so I can get what I want out of her? That is some square shit. That is some player shit. But that ain't no pimp shit. Yeah, somebody say that ain't no pimp shit. But yeah, back to this con artist who was knowingly fucking with minors, knowingly sending minors, knowingly going up to high schools looking for minors. But they want to call him the pimp of the year. Call him the best known pimp. He wasn't no pimp for one. But I understand the times we living in. People will call any and everything a pimp nowadays. Why? Because it's just a word. It don't hold no substance. A woman could give somebody money. A woman to give a Mexican money. And now he thinks he's a pimp. Just because a no-minded, sheep-minded woman, not even because a sheep-minded girl don't got no brain cells, she decided to give this male some money, that don't make him a pimp. Why? Because these bitches will give Crips and Bloods and Mexicans that say cuz some money. That don't make them a pimp. It's higher standards than that. It's more prerequisites than that. And this Snooky was just another individual who reaped off the benefits of minds that didn't develop yet. He reaped off the benefits of goat-minded females. In the documentary I watched, he doing a lot of this and doing a lot of that, but he ain't doing no pimping. Somebody say he ain't doing no pimping. He over here meeting a young lady, telling another young lady, you got 72 hours to get her right. That ain't pimping. In what world am I getting another female to do the job that I'm supposed to be doing? Why? Because I'm supposed to be the teacher. If I'm supposed to be the coach, what are assistants doing coaching for me when I'm the coach? They might as well take my job at this point. But that's what I'm saying. He's just a con artist. He's just an individual who was able to reap the benefits off of goat-minded girls who minds ain't developed yet. And oh my God, don't let me get started here, y'all. Don't let me get started. If this ain't the truth, I don't know what is. Because I know a lot of people in Milwaukee gonna be hurt. I know a lot of people who had a Snooky following gonna be hurt, like they did with that Fleece Johnson video. A lot of them was hurt in Kentucky. A lot of them from Milwaukee is going to be hurt. Not only was he a con artist and a snitch, but he had 26 children. He couldn't control his dick. Somebody say he couldn't control. What can pimps do? What makes pimps different from individuals who just squares, individuals who just want some fornication, individuals who want some guac 3000? They can control themselves. When a female want to go there, he got a response. When a female want to go there, instead of emotionally reacting, he mentally can respond. When a female want to go there, he got the answer with his mind, with his big head, not the little one. But no, that's what I'm saying. Snooky was a con artist. Snooky was impregnating these girls, impregnating these sheep-minded girls And he had 26 children. He over here on some Genghis Khan shit, y'all. If some of y'all know y'all history, y'all know what I'm talking about. He on some Genghis Khan shit. Every girl that come through that door, then panties hit the flow. He ain't doing no pimping, but he doing a whole lot of fornicating. He doing a whole lot of baby making, but he ain't doing no pimping. A lot of them girls, I know they deceived. They was misled, but now it's too late. Why? Because you was paying a snitch. You was paying a con artist. Now you can't reap off of his game. Why? Because there was nothing to gain. Why? Because he wasn't giving you no information. He was over here telling another young lady to get you right when he's supposed to be getting you right. He was over here telling another black young lady a lie just to get her through the door and then tried to switch it up when she was there. That ain't a man. So if that ain't a man, what does that mean? He can't be no pimp if he ain't a man. Gorgeous Drake told y'all that in American Pimp. You gotta be a man first in order to be a pimp. Y'all looking over the man part. Before anything, you gotta be a man. Pimp Snooky was a con artist. Pimp Snooky was a snitch. Is that anything manly? No. But y'all seen the fly suits. Y'all seen the fedora. Y'all seen this. Y'all seen the women. And y'all just thought he was this and he was that. When he was working with the feds. He was working with the people. But it's individuals in Milwaukee still to this day that'll vouch for him and say, oh, no, see, he was playing chess while y'all was playing checkers. He only told. Exquisite, he only told. But it was on his enemies. He didn't tell on none of his friends. I wouldn't give a fuck if he told on the killer who killed his mama. Why? Because when you living in that street life, mouth closed, head up. Like John Cuff said from the Preacher Crew, mouth closed, head up. I held my balls and I never told. That wasn't Snooky. Snooky was working with them people a long time ago. And while I'm even thinking about this, speaking of a player's ball, young dudes out there, y'all might have seen the mystique. Y'all may have seen the aurora about it and thought, oh my God, I want to go there. That mean I made it. No, it don't. Why? Because Pimp Snooky run that award. I mean, con artist Snooky won that award. And in turn, what was he doing? He was the biggest snitch at that point in time. He was a mole for them to catch other people. And in turn, he tried to go back and say, I only did it to my enemies. You are a snitch. You have no backbone. You are a coward. You did what you did, but you couldn't handle your own consequences, so you work with those people. And then people in Milwaukee want to turn around and say, oh no, but he was this. He only did it to his enemies, Exquisite. What would you do in the situation? Motherfucker, mouth closed, head up. The same way you start, the same way you finish. That's what I'm saying. He on some BS. He on some con artist shit trying to tell you something just to try to make it seem like something else, to try to still be in the, nah, it's over. And that go for me too. That go for any of my friends. If you profess to be in that street lifestyle and you speak on anybody else other than yourself, everything you done in the past, erased. I don't want to hear about it. It's no longer. It's no longer. It's females in Canada right now paying bikers. It's females in the United States right now paying tattoo artists. It's females in the United States right now paying truck drivers. That don't make them no pimp. Just because a dumb goat-minded Boston baked bean head ass bitch gave you some money don't make you no pimp. Why? Because you can't even control your dick. Why? Because you don't even have nothing of substance to give this woman to live off of for eternity as long as she can retain the information. But yeah, for some of y'all who keep saying he was this, he wasn't that. The only thing he was a con artist and a snitch that knowingly fucked with minors. Listen to what I said, y'all. He knowingly fucked with 14-year-olds. He knowingly fucked with 15-year-olds. He knowingly did this. But y'all want to put the title pimp on him? Oh my God. I'm appalled for that. Oh my God. In what world? In what world? Exquisite, but man, he had these suits. Exquisite, but he was 4 deep. Yeah, but he was a snitch. Exquisite, but he was a snitch. Exquisite, but he was a con artist. Exquisite, but he was fucking with minors. All this and that. But what about all these F's on the report card? And it's not like he was 22, 23. He was 40 years old. knowingly doing this. He was 40 years old with nothing of substance coming out of his mouth. He was 40 years old saying a whole bunch of rhymes, but ain't saying nothing at all. He was 40 years old fucking with 15-year-olds. Man, he was 40 years old clout chasing, y'all. Clout chasing. You know you in a criminal lifestyle, but I guess since he had that little backdoor deal with the feds, he was telling on his enemies with the feds. He thought he could make a documentary about, bitch, my head is harder than yours, headbutting bitches, abusing bitches. Boy, if you don't sit down, you ain't got nothing to do with this pimping. Boy, if you don't sit down, you old fool out here clout chasing at 40 years old. That's why you got what you got. That's why the judge threw the book at you. Why? Because you were knowingly doing this. And you thought by working with them people, you could play both sides. That's why you are considered a con artist. That's why you are considered a snitch. That's why you are considered a bitch. Because you had no type of manliness about you. When the pressure came, you tucked your tail and you sat the fuck down and talked to them people about other people. Instead of taking what you had coming. You thought by working with them people way back when, and y'all in Milwaukee who already knew about this, it was whispers about this, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. And those of y'all who look up to him still to this day, you ain't shit. Why? Because if it was your uncle, if it was your cousin who was so-called his enemy and they got told on, y'all would have had a problem with it. But since, oh my God, it's Pimp Snooky. I seen the documentary. Oh my God, exquisite. He was the reason why I got in the game. You sucker ass nigga, you. You sucker ass nigga, you. A con artist got you in the game. A snitch got you in the game. A person who knowingly fucked with minors got you in the game. Oh my God. Yeah, it's worse than I thought. It's worse than I thought. But yeah, let me just say this before I go. He was not a pimp. Let's just clear that up. He wasn't a pimp. Exquisite, but he had a white bitch. Exquisite, but he had phobic. Blueface got Krishan Rock and Jaden Alexis kicking it with each other. That's not impressive to me. That's not impressive to me. If you put Blueface back then and threw a camera on him, y'all would have thought he was a pimp. He got his baby mamas hanging out with each other. He ain't no pimp. He's a rapper. Snooky wasn't a pimp. He was a con artist. Snooky wasn't a pimp. He was a snitch. Snooky wasn't a pimp. He was a person who couldn't control his dick. Listen to what I said, y'all. 26 children. He couldn't control his dick. What is pimping control? What can pimps do? Restrain themselves. They can have the baddest bitch in the world, and she won't never know what his dick look like. Why? That's restraint. Why? That's a man. Why? Because he know what's to come will be better than what's transpiring right now at this moment. Why? Because he would rather come up than come. Why? Because he know that the information that he possesses in his mind is so vital, it could take this young lady to places that she never thought was feasible. She never thought she could obtain. Why? Because he actually possesses a brain to feed her brain. But a lot of these individuals like Snitch Snooky, con artist Snooky, fuck with minor Snooky, they don't got nothing but some dick to offer. They don't got nothing but some beatings to offer. They don't got nothing but some rebukings to offer. But they ain't got no knowledge to offer. They ain't got no game to offer. But yeah, 2024 is right around the corner, y'all. May y'all manifest and stay blessed. And hopefully, whatever it is you hope to acquire, you desire. And maybe this video gave somebody inspiration and motivation not to go to that destination that Snooky went down of what? Being a snitch. Of what? Being a con artist. Of what? Thinking you is a pimp. You got to be a man first before you anything in life. Before you can even think about being a pimp, you got to be a man. What's a man? The truth. So, man, take heed to that. Hopefully y'all don't got no inspiration and motivation to want to be anything like Snooky. Because you seen the suits, because you seen the goat-minded brain women who was giving him a little bit of currency. Why? Was it really worth it? No. Why? Because he's doing 20 years for being a con artist. He's doing 20 years for being a snitch. He's doing 20 years for working with them feds, thinking he can play both sides. And I guarantee it wasn't really worth it. all them flashy clothes, all this and that, when he wasn't even that. He wasn't the truth. What do I always say? Anything that you do in the dark gotta come to the light. Now he gotta live with that pill and swallow it. Of being a snitch, of being a con artist, not being real with himself, not being truthful. So one more again, y'all, stay blessed. 2024 right around the corner, and may you live as long as you want. Yeah, and never want as long as y'all live, man. One.